In this video lecture, we are going to learn about like and unlike fractions. Like and unlike fractions, you will use them when you are comparing fractions or performing some arithmetic operations on them. So let's begin with, let's first take the like fraction. Suppose we have this rectangular block. We have this rectangular block. Let's say we have this rectangular block. Okay. And let's take a copy of it. C.B.E.S.E. Okay. We have two of these similar blocks. Okay. If I divide these blocks into, let's say, 3 equal parts. So if it is 1, or let's say 5 equal parts. So if it is 1, if it is 2, if it is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Similarly, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Though we are not very accurately, divided in 5 equal parts, but for the sake of our discussion, let's assume that they are equal. Okay. So this is block 1 and this is block 2, rectangular block. I have divided these blocks into 5 equal parts. So let's say that I take this one part and this second part. So since this block has been divided into 5 equal parts and I'm considering these two parts, therefore this fraction represented shaded portion of this block will be represented by 2 for these two blocks divided by total number of equal parts in which this block has been divided, that is 2 by 5. Okay. And in this case, if I take this one block, this second portion and this third portion, if I take these 3 portions, so the fraction represented by these 3 portions of this whole block, which has been divided into 5 equal parts, will be 3 by 5. Now, can you tell me, of these two blocks, or say of these two fractions, which is larger one? So since this block and these two blocks have been divided into equal parts, and these two blocks are of same length, in fact they are very same. So if I take 2 parts of it, that is represented by this fraction, and 3 parts of it, that is represented by this fraction, of course you will say that since it is talking about this 3 part and it is only talking about 2 parts, therefore this fraction will be larger. So what's the point here? You can clearly notice that in these two cases, the denominator in this fraction and denominator in this fraction, that is representing in how many equal parts this block has been divided into and how many equal parts this block has been divided into. So these are equal, and that's what a like fraction is. That's what a like fraction is. In like fraction, the denominator of the given fraction will be equal. It is 2 by 5, it is 3 by 5. Not necessarily that every time this fraction will be that small. Suppose it's, let's say, 101 by 5 and say 133 by 5. Now, I'm not going to tell you how to compare it because I'm going to devote a separate video, a whole video on this comparison, which is going to be the next one. But just to tell you why we use this term like and unlike fractions, because it's very important to know that what's the reason behind calling them like and unlike fractions. What's the reason? The reason is that this portion, the denominator portion, since it's equal in these two fractions, it's telling you that this particular block or any diagram whichever comes into your mind has been divided into that equal parts. Okay, so on the basis of that you can say that, oh, okay, this fraction is like fraction. Since it has been divided into 5 equal parts, it has also been divided into 5 equal parts, let's make it a like fraction. Now it's very easy for me to compare it or perform some arithmetic operations. How we perform arithmetic operations on fractions, we will watch it in the coming couple of videos. So this is what like fraction is. The denominator should be equal fractions. Now let's talk about unlike fractions. Let me remove all this from here. So this was for like fractions. Now let's talk about unlike fractions. Let's say that the same block C, B. Okay. Let me remove all this. Okay. I've removed all this, deleted whatever I drew here. I need a fresh one, so Control C, Control V, sorry, Control Z. White has not been selected, man. This is Control C, Control V. There we are. Okay. Now let's suppose that I divide this block. These two blocks are again of same length, completely similar diagram. I'm going to divide this block into, say, 5 equal parts. So let's say it's again, or let's say 6 equal parts. So 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5 and 6. Okay, these are 6 equal parts, and I divide this block into, say, 13 equal parts. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and 13. This block has been divided into 6 equal parts and this block has been divided into 13 equal parts. If I take this 3 portions of this block, okay, and so what fraction these 3 portions will represent for this block? It will be 3 divided by 6, since it is in 6 equal parts. 3 will be the numerator telling what portion we are talking about, and 6 is the total number of equal parts in which this block has been divided into. If I talk about this block, and if I take, let's take 5 portions. This 3, this 4, and this is 5. Now, the fraction, these shared portions will be 5 by 13, since this block has been divided into 13 equal parts. Now, if I ask you, how will you look at these two fractions and tell me that which one is the larger one and which one is the smaller one? Now you'll be scratching your head, you will be saying that, hey, since in this case it was really very easy for me, that if I have divided this, since I divided these 2 blocks into 5 equal parts, and if I take 2 parts of this one, then of course that is going to be smaller than 3 parts of this one. But here, I have divided this block into 6 equal parts and this one into 13 equal parts. Now it's not easy for me to tell whether this 3 portion, shared portion will be, equal, greater, or this 5 portion out of 13 blocks will be greater. It's not easy for me to tell, since the denominator is different in this case and different in this case. In this case it is 6, telling you that this block has been divided into 6 equal parts. and this has been divided into 13 equal parts. Not an easy task to tell which one is which fraction is larger and which one is smaller. That's what an unlike fraction is. In this case, you are dealing with a completely different fractions. This block has been divided into 5 equal parts, and this block 6 equal parts, and this block has been divided into 13 equal parts. Though these two fractions are completely different. Not easy for you. It's not going to be easy for you to tell at even at the diagram and tell whether this area is, the fraction represented by the shared portion in this block is larger, or the shared fraction represented by the shared portion in this block is larger. Which one is larger? Not an easy task. That's what a unlike fraction is. That's what an unlike fraction is. Where the denominator is different. Now can you understand why it is unlike fraction? It's unlike fraction because whatever you are considering, if you are comparing two fractions, it's not easy for you to tell that which one is larger and which one is smaller, since the fraction that you are comparing or you considering are unlike fractions. They have not been divided into equal parts. That's the concept of like and unlike fractions. In the next video, do watch the next video, because in that video we are going to take the very concept of like and unlike fractions further in our discussion, where we will see how we compare the fractions, like fractions and unlike fractions, and how we perform the arithmetic operations on fractions. That's really going to be very interesting to learn new things. Okay, so see you in the next videos. Bye.